Hey guys, Orly Wabi here, founder of Life Best Inside. I've been meaning to make this video from the very beginning of the day, but I didn't have a second until now. As some of you may or may not know, yesterday was Giving Tuesday, and as part of Give Quick's Give NYC campaign, they were giving $10,000 away to one of the top 10 nonprofits within New York City that have been chosen over these past couple of weeks of voting. Fortunately, Life Best Inside was one of the 10 nonprofits that were selected. And last night at Impact Hub, each and every one of the nonprofits, myself including 9 others, gave a 2-minute pitch about the work that they're doing with their nonprofit organization and how it's making a difference in the world. Last year, Life Best Inside was honored to have won the $10,000 grant, which helped us in tremendous ways over this past year. Unfortunately, we didn't win the grant last night, but I want to thank each and every one of you out there that took the time to cast your vote. And I also, even though, again, we didn't win, but something else also did win. Another organization won, which is also doing amazing things. And so I want to first off give a congratulations not only to all the nonprofits that took part, but to the Leave It to Better Foundation that won the $10,000 grant. What their foundation does is it teaches children how to grow food. I myself am starting to look into what they're doing exactly, but that was the pitch that I heard last night, and I was able to take a look at it on the Give Quick website. I want to encourage each and every one of you out there to also take a look at the different nonprofits that took part in last night's event and get to know a little bit about them, because maybe one of them is going to specifically speak out to you in a way that maybe another organization doesn't. And you might decide to get involved and give of your time. It's not just about giving of your money. So congratulations to Leave It to Better. Congratulations to all the nonprofits that took part. And I want to give an extra special thank you to Give Quick for orchestrating this event and to Impact Hub for hosting all of us, as well as all the amazing sponsors that took part in this event. But even though Life Best Inside didn't win the grant last night, that doesn't mean that's it. There's still ways that you guys can get involved and show your support. Of course, you can contribute on our website, whether you give one-time giving or whether you commit to a monthly contribution. Again, it's not about how much you give. And I know that you hear a lot of people talk about this. It's not about how much you give, it's about giving, but it's really true. Coming from the CEO of a nonprofit organization, I could tell you how difficult it is for other nonprofits out there. Even though it may seem like, oh my goodness, they have lots of funding. And the reason I'm saying this is because I get this a lot. People go to our site and they reach out to me, wow, you guys must have lots of funding. I have people coming to me and asking me for funding. So I want to set the record straight, okay? And the reason I'm doing this, I'm not just doing this for myself. I'm doing this for all the nonprofits out there, the small nonprofits out there, because small nonprofits have a very difficult time getting the funding that really is available to them through grants and things of that nature, because you have to, in a sense, put in money to be able to bring in money. And so for small growing nonprofits, it's not super easy. Myself, I left my job teaching, and it's now going to be going to the 6th year. And I invested all my savings into this organization. I invested $150,000 into it. I'm not afraid to say that. And I haven't taken a salary in the past 6 years. I've deferred any payment that I would take directly to the organization so that it can grow, because I believe in this so much. And an organization needs money to grow. There are just certain truths, even though in the very beginning when I first started, I was like, no, it's, I'm just going to do it and it's just going to happen. But the truth is, things do cost money, and those dollars add up. I definitely have learned how to squeeze the most out of every single dollar I possibly can. But organizations do need funding. All of the things, the amazing things that you see on the Life Best Inside website. Our films and the Kindness Ambassador Program and Project Hope Exchange and our Worldwide Dance for Kindness and our educational curriculum and so on and so forth. All these things require funding for it to move forward. Now I'm going to share with you guys something that I've never shared with anybody before. There are 4 people, okay, and these 4 people should know how special they are to me. Like, they really are. There are 4 people that give a monthly contribution to Life Best Inside. We barely get somebody clicking on our donate button, okay? 4 people that give and these 4 people give between $10 to $75 a month. That's all the donation that Life Best Inside receives on a regular basis. So I know some of you are like, what? How are you possibly doing this? And you're right, it's not easy to do this. I don't have the capability to have a staff. and to be able to help the organization grow in the way that the world is demanding it to grow. And so each and every one of you out there, people sometimes think, oh, I can only give $1, I can only give $5, what is it going to really make a difference? But guys, by saying that, that's as though you're saying to yourself, how do I, one person in 7 billion, make a difference? But of course you make a difference, because it's our combined energy together that makes that difference. So why am I telling you this? This is not so that all of you guys go and click donate, because some people can, some people will, some people won't. It doesn't matter. I love you all the same. But I want to try and be open and honest about what goes on in the nonprofit world and how really difficult it is for organizations to survive. So maybe you're not going to click on donate right now to LifeVest Inside, but maybe you'll give it to another nonprofit that's in your local area or something. That's still a win for me, because at the end of the day, somebody that goes into the nonprofit world is doing it for one reason. They want to make a difference. Okay? They want to make a difference. I have such a passion to want to make a difference. But even those that give and love to give, it does catch up with you if you're not able to receive. And for me, to be honest, receiving is not an easy thing. And those of you out there that know me are probably like shaking your head, and you're like happy that I'm saying this out loud, because I don't share these things ever. And I wasn't planning to speak about this right now when I pressed play on my computer, but it's not easy to receive. But really, when you do receive, you're actually allowing somebody to take part in the feeling of giving. Because each and every one of you guys know what it feels like to give. And by the way, I'm not just talking about money. I'm also talking about time. I'm talking about your heart. When you give, it feels really good. So therefore, and I'm talking to myself right now, I'm giving myself advice. To those of you out there that are the givers in the world, that love to give but have a hard time to receive, let's all try and give other people the opportunity to also give to us, to give them that same feeling that we get when we give. Because this world isn't going to just change because of one person. It's not what it is. And that's definitely not what LifeVest Inside is about. If anything, the whole premise of LifeVest Inside is showing that each person matters, each person is significant and unique and another piece of the puzzle, and that without you, this just doesn't work. Every person is needed. So don't ever say, well, I'm sure a lot of other people are voting. What is my vote going to make a difference? Oh, I'm sure a lot of other people are giving $1. What does that matter? That's you just basically not understanding your own value. And you are valuable. Imagine if every person out there in the world took a moment, let's stop for a minute, took a moment, and actually recognized how valuable they were. Now, I know you don't always see it, for those of you that seen the Kindness Boomerang film that started this organization, right? The guy in the beginning of the film, the construction worker, Gary Serro, I love that guy. Anyways, the construction worker in the very beginning that helped that kid up to his feet, he didn't see all of the acts of kindness and all the acts of goodness that came as a result of him putting something positive into the world. He didn't. That's exactly how it is in our life, It's sort of like the movie It's a Wonderful Life, which is like one of my favorite movies. I'm sure some of you out there are like, oh, it's my favorite too, because it really is the best movie. But in my opinion, the only way that we can actually change this world is if each and every one of us owns up to the fact that we matter. That without us, something is just not right. You may think, how could I possibly matter in this world? I'm not contributing anything. You feel low on yourself. By the way, that's okay to feel that way. I feel that way. And I spreading positivity and I talk about kindness. Does that mean that I can't feel like I'm not valuable? Of course it doesn't mean that. I was, seriously, be honest with you, I've cried so much over the past 2 weeks, it's ridiculous, okay? So I know that I seem to have loads of energy right now, but trust me, everyone gets down on themselves, and that's okay. You're allowed to be down on yourself. But you have to be able to remind yourself that even those moments where you feel like you're not valuable and that you feel like you don't matter and that no one sees you, you do matter. And someone out there, even if it's one person, does see you because you give something to them that nobody else can. We all matter to people in ways that we don't know. I find this out in different ways because some of you guys send me emails or send me messages or send me, oh my God, I have to okay, one person. So the other 2 weeks ago, when after Dance for Kindness, I put up a post It was a very emotional day for me for various reasons, which we won't go into right now. But I put up a post with this picture that someone took of me randomly in Times Square. One of my friends, I didn't know she was taking this picture, and this picture captured exactly what I was feeling at this moment. So someone, someone out there, Veronica, I don't know if I'm not going to say her full name, but Veronica, who was a friend of the organization, a supporter, printed out a card. This is what she does as part of what she does in her business, and she wrote me a letter about the impact that the organization has on her life. Oh my goodness, I was in tears when I saw this thing come through the mail. How was I supposed to know? I'm doing what I'm doing on my end, and I'm posting stuff, but you never know on the other end who you're affecting. So each of you are affecting people. So why am I getting into this? I know we're talking about giving, and honestly, I'm just going with the flow here. We're talking about the concept of giving, and that each and every one of us can give. So whether you contribute to Life Essence Side and help us to grow, because again, the funding is not there. And now I keep saying we, but like we don't have like regular staff on board. There are nights where I'm up too late. I don't know how I'm going to pay the bill. I don't know what I'm going to do. This happens more often than not. I'm in this situation right now. It's not easy. But if everyone actually says, you know what, I want to give $1. That film that Life Essence Side created, it really affected me. I want to give $1. Or, Dance for Kindness, I took part. I really loved it. I want to contribute something. Or I heard a Project Hope Exchange message that really meant something to me. Or I love the daily kind messages, or whatever. Even if you're giving a little, it really, really does make a difference. But even if you're not going to contribute, okay? Even if you're not going to contribute, there's still ways for you to get involved. Right now, through the organization, we have something on our website called Pledge for Kindness. So when you go to the homepage of lifeessenceside.com, it basically, you put in your name, you put in your location, and you select from a drop-down menu of an act of kindness that you're going to pledge to do, the simple things that make a difference. Because I can guarantee you guys, it's the simple things that people do for us that really leave an impression. For example, act of kindness, call somebody you haven't spoken to. You might think, oh, that's just a simple thing, but you never know. It might be that person really needed to hear from you at that exact day, at that exact moment. So the small things do matter. They really touch people in ways that are beyond. And you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't need to sit and tell you this. But basically, you could go onto the site, you put in your name, you put in your location, you select an item that you're going to pledge, an act of kindness you're going to pledge, and then it populates a Google map. And then you could even click on little different dots and see all the people around the world that are pledging to do acts of kindness and what they're pledging to do. And our goal is to raise 1 million acts of kindness. That's another way you could support, whether you contribute and give a monthly contribution or just a one-time contribution, whether you pledge an act of kindness. But I want to share something else with you that is very close to my heart. I recently, and some of you may have seen, I recently became the CEO of Kindness USA. No, I'm not taking a salary from that either right now. Yes, I know things are a little bit difficult on my end here, but I do believe in this. This is my passion. I have to do it. I have to do it, and I know how it's going to come and find its way to me. But what is Kindness USA? And I want to share this with you, and some of you may have seen the video that I made, the funny one of me sitting in it would look like the White House. We'll see, maybe that'll be the next task on the agenda. No, I'm just joking right now. But anyways, so what is Kindness USA? I feel super grateful to be connected, not only with Kindness USA, but the mother company of Kindness USA, which is dreamstore.me. What is the idea behind Dreamstore? Their idea is that anything that a society can dream and that they want to achieve can be financed and achieved. Anything that a society truly wants, can be financed and achieved. So Kindness USA is one branch of Dreamstore. What's the idea behind it? Well, back in 2015, through Kindness USA, through Dreamstore, they did a survey throughout the U.S. They surveyed adults within the U.S., and what they found is that roughly 25% of adults within the United States, which is roughly 50 million people, perceive that they're living in a kind society. So that's 25% of people that perceive that they're living in a kind society. Which, by the way, guys, for those of you that don't know how to do the math out there, that's 75% of people within the U.S., that's 150 million Americans, okay, that perceive that they're living in an unkind society. So that's a huge, huge gap. People that are perceiving they live in a kind society, and others that are perceiving that they're living in an unkind society. What's funny though is that 75% of people find themselves to believe that they are kind, but only 25% of people perceiving that they're living in a kind society. So that's a gap. Where does Kindness USA fit into place? Kindness USA's goal is to increase the kindness perception within the US from 25% to 80% by the year 2027. So why am I sharing this with you? Because again, we're talking about ways that you can support and building a kinder world, building the world that you want. Whether you're contributing to Life Vest Inside, whether you're pledging your act of kindness, getting involved in any of our initiatives, signing up for the Daily Kind, which is like a daily newsletter, or ordering a dream future. So this might seem strange to some of you guys. So the thing is, what seems so weird, is that, and a lot of nonprofits are struggling out there. I'm not the only nonprofit that's struggling. A lot of the small nonprofits are struggling, and yet they're doing so much good and bringing so much good into the world. But it's hard for them to get the funding to do so. If you walked into a store, okay, and I don't know, you wanted to purchase, whether it be a beverage or I don't know, a sweatshirt, you want that item, right? You want the sweatshirt, so you take money out of your pocket. They give you the sweatshirt, you give them the money. Everyone's happy, right? You get the sweatshirt you wanted. They get the funding. Beautiful, everything is good to go. Well, why can't the same thing be with, things that we want in terms of increasing, making the world a better place, like kindness or justice or education? So the idea behind Kindness USA, behind Dream Store, is that you can now order a dream future. So some of you are like, Orly, what in the world are you talking about? So give me a chance to explain this here. What that means is that Kindness USA is making the promise to you that they're going to increase kindness perception in the US from 25% to 80%. And they're saying to you, what would you pay if we increase the kindness perception from 25% to 80% by the year 2027? Is that something you want? So really the first question you have to answer is, do you want a kinder USA? And again, it's starting within the US because this can then create a model for other countries. Okay? Do you want a kinder USA, or do you want a kinder country? Do you want it? So I don't know about you. I definitely want it. I raise my hand. Okay, I definitely want it. But there's a difference behind thinking you want it and proclaiming you want something in your life. When the simple action of saying I want this actually brings that thing that you want closer to you. And this, by the way, has to do with anything in your life. Whether you want to be successful in you want to score the winning shot of the game, okay? If you want something, okay? If you want something, then the likelihood is now that thing is going to be drawn to you. It's going to be easier for that thing to come to you when you proclaim and make that proclamation that you want it. So the first step is proclaiming it. I'm asking all of you, do you want a kinder USA or a kinder country? Well, if you do, then it's the same thing as going into the store and buying a sweatshirt. You want that sweatshirt. So you're taking the sweatshirt and then paying for it. And you don't feel bad about paying for the sweatshirt. So would you feel bad about paying for a kinder world if it was going to be given to you? Probably not. That's awesome. So the idea behind Kindness USA is we are looking to raise $1 billion with a B dollars in pledges. That doesn't mean you have to pay any money now. This is what the awesome thing behind this is. $1 billion in pledges. Now, how does this work? Okay, so people go onto the Kindness USA website and you go through the process. Just do me a favor if you can. Just go through the process on the Kindness USA website. You go to dreamstore.me, follow the Kindness USA link, go through the process. If you don't want to end up going through the transaction, don't. It's a pledge. No money gets taken right now. So the idea is we go ahead and we're raising these $1 billion in pledges, okay, by the year 2018. Then investors come along and they say, wow, all of these people want a kinder USA. That's awesome. So if all these people want a kinder USA, I'm willing to invest money in people and organizations like Life Vest Inside and others within the US that are geared towards infusing kindness into the society. I'm willing to invest, investors saying, I'm going to give this amount of money. I'm going to give this money, $150 million, I'm going to give whatever, I'm going to give it to Kindness USA to distribute and bring into other organizations so that the kindness index can in fact increase from now until the year 2027. And only in the year 2027, if and only if kindness perception increases, that's when they're collecting money on the pledges. That's when money is being collected on the pledges. So if a person's pledging $100 now, they're not paying it now. They're paying it in the year 2027, if and only if the kindness perception increases to 80%. Now, some of you might be asking the question, okay, well, what if the kindness perception increases to 79%? Well, guess what? You don't have to pay $1 in the year 2027. You don't. Yet, we all benefit from the U.S. becoming a kinder place to live in. So you're happy. The entire U.S. is happy. The investor might not be very happy. But the idea is, no matter what, we're increasing kindness. That is the idea behind Kindness USA. Some of you guys have questions. Some of you probably are like scratching your head. Some of you are like, this girl, I don't know what in the world she's talking about. But ask me. This is why I'm here. Talk to me about this. I love this. I believe in this. And I know that this is going to be a change, because continuing in the way that we're continuing, and organizations out there that are looking to do good, at the end of it, you need funding to do that too. You need money in order to make certain things happen. There's only so much and so many hours in the day, so much time and so much I can actually put in. But when the demand is growing at a much faster rate than I humanly can, I don't have the S under my shirt, unfortunately. I just can't, then we have to come up with ways that we're actually understanding that people value things like kindness. People value social good in the same way that they value a materialistic item like a sweatshirt. If you want it, the first step is to proclaim it. Because if you don't proclaim it, the likelihood is it's not going to happen. So, again, let's recap. I was so not planning to do this. My apologies. But you want to help out with Life Essence Inside in whichever way. You have lots of options right now. Either you can contribute right now. You see all the things that we're doing. Go onto our site. Check out all the different initiatives that we have and the impact that we're making with like nothing, guys. I'm talking about a shoestring budget. Understand, 6 years. I have not taken $1 from this organization. I think that says something. I think it says that I'm committed to this. I love this. I'm going to do this. But I do need help. Plain and simple. I need help. I definitely do. And those 4 people that are giving those monthly contributions, these are 4 people I'm never going to forget. Maybe one of them is giving $10, but that doesn't matter, because that's $10 that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So it does make a difference. It does make a difference. So whether you contribute, whether you go and you pledge your act of kindness on our site, which is awesome. We want to increase kindness. Whether you get involved with our Project Hope Exchange initiative or our Kindness Ambassador program, or you sign up for the Daily Kind, which I totally recommend everyone to do. It's a free newsletter. It goes out daily. It has like an act of kindness, a positive affirmation, a quote, and like a kindness media. Sign up for it. Check it out. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. So it's right on our website. Or now you have another way. Now you might say, Orly, I don't want to contribute right now, but if you really make the U.S. really as kind as you say you're going to do it, I'll give you, in 10 years from now, I'll give you $100 if you increase the kindness perception. Okay, awesome. You can go on and order a Dream Future, and it's no risk to you. I ordered a Dream Future. I ordered a Dream Future, and I said I pledged $5,000 for Kinder USA. Right now, there are about $700,000 pledged. Remember, our goal is $1 billion. I'm not worried. I know it seems like it's far away, but we're going to get there. The key is that you have to want it. That's the key. So I hope you guys I really made this video to congratulate the winner. So again, once again, congratulations to the Give Quick winner. Leave It to Better Foundation. Definitely check them out. Check out other organizations. Life Essence Inside is not the only organization. I'm not only talking to you about our organization. I understand the troubles that so many organizations go through and the hardships that they go through in terms of being able to find funding. But we're going to, go out there, reach out, and help in whichever way that you can. And thank you guys for listening to this crazy long video. My apologies for that. Reach out to me. I answer everything. I am like about 300 emails in the hole right now. So because I am working by myself. I just lost 2 of my staff members literally a week before Dance for Kindness, which has been super, super, super tough. But I will get back to everybody. You can email me, Orly@lifeessinside.com. I'm probably like the most accessible person you ever I'm accessible whichever way. Call me on my phone. I answer my phone. My number's on the site. And that's it. All right, guys. Let's make this a kinder world. And to all of you out there who are down right now, don't worry. I've literally been there like just yesterday and the day before. I was there. So it's okay. It's okay to feel down. Just remember to pick yourself back up. Remember everything is going to be all right. I know that's not easy to hear when you're in that type of situation. But don't be afraid to go out there and to ask for help. And remember how good it feels when people actually give, because the likelihood is you're probably a very big giver. And so allow yourself to receive as well. All right, guys, have a good one.